I'm officially live. I'm gonna ensure you're all able to hear me. Alrighty. Alright. Yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me playing GTA 5 online. Doing plenty of Heist solo. Y'all already know I gotta do solo. Bro, look how much money I got, bro. That's how much saving this is. Can y'all get millions of dollars? That's like winning a lottery ticket constantly. Hold on, I don't have to put my mic volume down. I can just for real. Okay, I'm gonna put it a bit up because I want to be able to hear, because I don't want my mic to be dead and I'm like, shit, I mentioned plenty of lovely, sexy shit. That typically happens on Sunday and early, like, Monday, like midnight of Monday. It's like Monday today. Sheesh. Y'all gotta go back to school. Hey, anybody can go to school. College is considered school. It's a school for careers, though. But it's as well a school to continue your education. But anyway, chat, as I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, last live stream, and what I'm gonna specifically mention about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well with my future live streams, obviously, chat. Damn, I bit my tongue when I mentioned that. So. But anyway, so yeah, about Dakota, yeah, I mentioned about how he's the one lying, saying that Google lies. Come on, like, AIs, they don't lie. It just depends on how they're programmed. Depends on majority of humanity and how they deliver their programming of the AI, like whether they want the AI to lie or say, sorry, we can't talk about this, when we could talk about this. Saying, oh, it's too sexually inappropriate. You think it is, but it's not. Y'all know what I'm referring to. The AI wanna, like, be very obedient to the person that programmed them. Like the one who's the CEO and chairman of Snapchat. I mean, sometimes that CEO of Snapchat isn't the chairman and possibly have a chairman of its own. I would say be a CEO, chairman, and all that. Like, you could be a CEO and chairman, but you can't be a president, House Speaker, and Supreme Judge. I'm like, how is that abusive power? Huh? Like, how is that abusive power? You are one person collabing with other people. Like, what are you gonna do? Abuse your power? Nigga, you don't know shit, man. Like, who knows their U.S. history? I know my U.S. history. But yeah, Dakota is out here saying, you do realize that some shit of Google is lying, and I'm like, yeah, but that's what some people think. Yeah, I wasn't pussing you out. I wasn't pussing you out. Like, you already know. And another thing he mentioned is, why did you change your mind? Bitch, like, I can propose to my girl when I want to propose to her. Said that last year, that loca. Like, nigga. Like, come on. And then he says, no, you don't need a lottery ticket to get a Tesla. I know that you can save for that, but hey, if you want it, not desperately, but if you just want it because, like, you've worked hard and you want to, like, gamble once in a lifetime, bro, the lottery ticket is not illegal. You know, it's illegal for a reason. Which I personally feel it should be 7+, from 18+ to 7+. Which, speaking of that, the three things, like everything I specifically mentioned in terms of that shit, the three things I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, what I'm going to specifically mention about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams, obviously, chat, like, is like, excuse me, is how like number one is 7+. Like, sex for pleasure, 7+. Like, oh, that's number one. Coming up with number two, drinking age is gonna be from 21 plus to 11 plus. Yeah, I remembered. Meaning, like, me and Farhan are gonna be dual presidents this year of 2026 on exactly July of 2026. Meaning, him and I are gonna vote on an impeachment towards Donald Trump and remove him from office. It'll take like a few weeks until they are like, yeah, Trump did all that. Okay, we gotta remove him from office. We don't care what the supporters say. They're just wanting to make him abuse his power furthermore. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want Trump in office. I personally never wanted him. At first I'm like, let me think about it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck him. He is just being more of a white nigger than anything else on this world in this world. But yeah, once he's removed from office, me and Farhan, the youngest presidents in history, as dual presidents, are gonna be in office. What a feel great. It's not heaven, don't worry. It's a temporary kingdom. Under the democracy. I feel like it should be more of a Republican country than a democracy. That's the whole point why Republican and Democrats are like in this argument of whose law is better and who's not. Which, once I'm out of office, like in the 60s, like this century, I'm gonna hope my child is the president. It's not about abusive power. It's not. I'm not gonna be like the UK where only anybody in my family can be president. No. The law would remain once we have another president. That's how it goes. Like, for example, if I lower the drinking age, if me and Farhan signs a bill from 21 plus to 11 plus for drinking of what's in the US and potentially globally, once other leaders are like, ooh, I feel like that is a perfect age. I mean, people start hitting in growth spurt. They are physically ready. They are using their full mental maturity. Wow, we should lower it. I mean, other countries hate the US and they're like, fuck that. We're gonna keep our age so low. But then they have other rules, like, oh, if you're 16, you have to have parental supervision. Are you kidding me? Like, what's the person gonna do? Get drunk? Hello there. I was a 16-year-old who drank, and I wasn't drunk. It's that simple. Oh, you're gonna be like, okay, we need more 16-year-olds to drink to prove that. They all have their own preference and decisions on how they want to drink. Like, geez, I'm about to drink in public places. Oh my gosh. Like, are you kidding me? Shut the fuck up, Pegasus. Like, are you kidding me? And yes, I have another controller. I was using the other controller, and I'm like, oh shit. I have to use this controller, the one I'm currently using, because I don't want my mic to cut out and glitch. If it did, I'm gonna be so pissed, and I would be sorry for all those other people. Meaning, like, we didn't hear the good part. And I'll be like, I know. It's like I'm a father to my child. Oh my gosh, my hands are dry. I put lotion at my mom's place, like, 2 days ago, because it's Monday, like 2 days ago, and I'm like, why are they so, well, it was actually yesterday, midnight, and I'm like, why are they so dry? I'm gonna be honest, chat, whenever you put lotion, your hands are gonna go on full-on, like, dry shit. I'm possibly gonna put one before I head to bed so that it can soak it up, and then you're gonna be like, just put a couple drops. I mean, I hate putting lotion. I feel like I need to invent a lotion where when you put it on, it's so clear that it moisturizes your hand in just seconds or minutes or hours, because you don't want to make it like that. People are going to be like, that's cheating. You're cheating science. So God, my Jesus Christ. Well, they wouldn't say that because they think science was created by humanity. God, my Jesus Christ is a human, but a superhuman. So he is divine, not mortal. I mean, I'm within my mortal body, but I obey God, my Jesus Christ. So anyway, just overall, according to number two, just changes overall, especially political changes this year of 2026 and next year of 2027. Oh, 2027, huh? Changes as well are going to be towards movie rating changes, movie rating changes, TV show rating changes, and video game rating changes. Meaning, like, the ratings will change. Well, like, for example, the M-rated, it will just be like the age limit from 17 plus to 7 plus. I agree on that. So that if any of your all children wants to play GT6, let them. If they don't understand sexual activity, have that talk. They'll be like, okay, now I understand why they add it in there, just so we can understand. Hey, it's called rated M for mature, not rated. Excuse me, I am definitely not a Biden supporter. How exactly would that make me a Biden supporter? I'm neither of Trump or a Biden supporter. I'm a supporter of JD Vance pretty much because I don't want to support myself because then people will be like, oh, so you want to support yourself, your own power? No, I am definitely not a Biden supporter. If there's a reason why you think that, then mention it in the chat down below. I mean, hey, it's a chat. Anyway. Yeah, if your all children would understand, then they would understand. Anyway, I was just to give an example. But yeah, just changes and political changes overall. Or excuse me, just changes, especially political changes of 2026, of this year, and next year of 2027. Or just, changes overall, like overall... Number 3, all the shit I specifically mentioned towards the 7 plus and 11 plus shit. Because, 7 plus, 11 plus, Anyway, so that's, the 3 things I specifically mentioned, chat. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty. I know it's quite uncommon for me to mention on my live stream, but I'm gonna overall mention why should the drinking age be lowered in the US and be like global, meaning if you're in any country, the rule is exact like the US. 1, a lot of people feel they have the free will to drink, whether at home or go to the store without having to fake your age or feeling guilty, like, ooh, I shouldn't have gotten alcohol at this age, or like saying, oh, this is for myself, when really you're getting for your younger friend. You could just be honest, be like, it's for me, my homie, and yes, we're this age, at that age, and then they're gonna be like, oh, can I see your ID? Hey, guess what? If me and my homie Farhan were dual presidents, ID would not be a thing because I'm gonna illegalize it. I feel like judging someone by their looks and not their mentality is very stupid. I mean, yes, I have to show my ID, unfortunately, regardless of the age I'm becoming. It has nothing to do with my age, but unfortunately, the current law is 21 plus. But from 21 plus to 11 plus, once me and my homie Farhan signs it into law. And yes, I would be the House of Speaker because I feel like if you're the House of Speaker and President, especially, I mean, people think it's abusing power because you're trying to give yourself credit as the House Speaker, saying you're the one to vote on it, and then you go back to your presidential role and saying, all right, we're going to sign this into law. Well, some countries actually do that, and I feel like the U.S. is very, like, over-exaggerating themselves. But anyway, the one who just chat, could you mention why you think I'm a Biden supporter? I'm actually not a Biden or a Trump supporter. I'm definitely JD Vance because I have to support the Republicans somehow, so that's number 1. I feel like younger people deserve the free will. Number 2, you are already physically ready before you're done with puberty. Right when you start puberty, your liver starts to enlarge rapidly, your brain enlarges rapidly, meaning despite it being fully formed and fully developed after birth, which in terms of that specifically, as I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams, obviously chat, like, oh. But yeah, despite your brain being fully formed and fully developed after birth, it enlarges rapidly to be that exact size it's meant to be after birth. So once you're done with puberty, the brain is the exact size, despite that being the exact size, but it has to enlarge somehow so it can be the size it's meant to be. But as it enlarges rapidly, you wouldn't have any health issues with alcohol. And I've drank it at 16, and that's like 5 years apart from 11. I mean, I get it because I'm going through puberty constantly, but hey, you hit your growth spurt at 11. I'm gonna mention to my homie, have you drank at a preteen age, like 11 or 12? Well, that's like a growth spurt age, but the exact ages for being a preteen, like temporarily, physically, and adolescent within your mortal bodies, and within the preteen/tween phase is 10 to 12, but not all 10-year-olds hit the growth spurt, so 11 is a perfect age. Very ideal. I mean, some countries already have lower ages, but I feel like the US should. So that's number 2. Number 3, just use your mentality. Realize that drinking and driving is permanently illegal and that you should realize not to drink and drive. And as well, binge drunk and binge drinking means you just feel it tastes so good that you just want to continue on without realizing the effects. Hey, that involves mentality. Realize the effects, and you don't have to worry about, like, you know. And you don't have to worry about. Like, you don't have to worry about the effects. I mean, hey, I drank at 16 for my first time. I want to see what it's like, what the taste is. Yes, I made that face. I'm like, ooh, but it wasn't how most people would think. Back in the 20th century, the reactions were different. But nowadays, ugh, my goodness, it was like damn. And I feel like that's why they raised it to 21, because they think younger individuals will figure out a way to drink. Well, fuck that. 21 or not, I'm gonna say it should be lowered to 11 plus. It may be very uncommon or very rare because we're like, we never had that age in the US. Actually, we have. Before it was 18, it was those ages, but it wasn't a fixed age. So they're like, we're gonna make it 18, and then they're like, oh, now younger people are getting alcohol and acting like older at that age, or just seems like that age. Nope, we're gonna raise it to 21. Yeah, that's just a stupid way. I feel like if you lower to 11 plus, just be honest and study more. So, because look at this one country. I mean, yes, it's 2 years above 11, but hey, it's 13 plus there, and they've kept it that age since the government first occurred there, and that is an African country. I feel like starts to be, and it's in Africa. People think it has no age limits, but I feel like it does. Just that it's freedom. The U.S. is just too strict, and it should be more liberal than strict, you know. Well, those are the reasons why why it should be lowered from 21 plus to 11 plus. Simple that. If y'all have a problem with that, hey, plenty of people are gonna. Well, guess what? Plenty of people have problems with the 21 plus shit. So, just like what my homie mentioned, if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong. So, I feel like the U.S. it's always gonna have haters. Some people are gonna be like, oh, you're risking an individual of alcohol poisoning, and yeah, they're gonna say plenty of shit, and I'm gonna be like, hey, you're not the president, and if you were president, you're just gonna abuse your power, taking away their freedom. So I'm gonna be honest, Trump is a pussy, and he does not want to change the law. Look what he did, and I knew he was gonna nuke Venezuela, so I feel like he wanted the war to continue, and he just wanted Putin to just have the attention saying Putin and the war Putin and the war. No, that's not a Trump voice. Hey, Putin and the war. I am Donald Trump. Okay, I cannot do the voice, unfortunately. I mean, I could, but like, I gotta put in the effort. That person's gotta speak up and say, why does he think I'm a Biden guy? Okay, just because you're a cop, like. Oh, is he referring to, like, the securities? Okay, I'm just dressed as a cop because I'm going to be a cop myself in the future. It has nothing to do with me being a Biden supporter. And if y'all think, like, that means I'm a Biden supporter, no. I'm like, wow, like, someone would mention that. Like, I've been having this outfit for, like, a year. I would say, like, 2 years. Yeah, for 2 years I've been having this on. And you're, like, now mentioning this shit? Jeez, like, okay, like, chill. I'm not a Biden or a Trump supporter. I am a JD Vance supporter, because even the vice president, like, yeah, I'm definitely not supporting Trump. I feel like I was a vice president because I want to be president someday. And A, he will still be president. He can still run. Just regardless, I mean, I'm not going by the age. The presidential age is going to potentially be 7 plus. Because, you know, as according to number one, the first thing, in terms of the three things, specifically, but like the first thing specifically, like is like, you know, 7 plus. Like sex for pleasure, 7 plus. Like Like, just in terms of that shit, you know. But anyway, you know, like, in terms of that shit specifically, like, I specifically mentioned about those shit, or just overall, like, those shit, like, within my recent live streams, what I just basically mentioned about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams, obviously, chat. Like, so anyway, I'm gonna go back to where I left off before I continue on. That shit again as well within my... To my homie, have you drank at a preteen? Hey. And I'm referring to Joker, that's what I was referring to. Hey. Number 3, all the shit I specifically mentioned. If it did, I'm gonna be so pissed, and I will be sorry for all those other people. Meaning, like, we didn't hear the good part. Yeah. Like, I feel like that is a perfect age. I mean, people... They have 2026. Meaning him and I are gonna vote on an impeachment towards Donald Trump and remove from office. Why did you change your mind? Bitch! Which I personally feel it should be 7+, from 18+ to 7+, which is not illegal, you know. It... The 3 things, like, yeah, within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well with my future live streams, obviously, chat, like, is like, excuse me, is how, number 1 is 7+. I mentioned number 1, okay. Drinking age is gonna be from 21+. For pleasure, 7+. Like, that's number 1. Coming up with number 2, democracy. We should lower it. 16-year-old, because I don't want my mic to cut out and glitch. Like, 2 days ago, because it's Monday, like 2 days ago, and I'm like, why are they so, well, put a couple drops. I mean, I hate put, because you don't want to make it like that. People are going to be like, that's cheating. You cheat. So he is divine. No. Just, yeah, according to number 2, you know, just changes overall. Especially political change. Going to be towards movie rating changes. Meaning like the... if I understand. Hey, it's called rated M for mature. I am definitely not a Biden supporter. How exactly would that make me a Biden supporter? Put yourself, your own power. Anyway, yeah, if your all children would understand, then they would understand. Political changes of 2026 of this year. Number 3, all the shit I specifically... But anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once and for all. Like, anyway, man, some people just like to be silent. Like, they just want to occur in here, and that's actually a hater. Well, because the person is new here, they can make a change. If they're like constantly a hater, then they have to leave. But I would say if the person can feel to make a change, they might as well. I wonder how the AI would compare its rules to mine. Possibly be very similar. So... Hold up. I mean, assuming that I'm a Biden supporter when I never was, like, wow. Just wow. Like, I'm neither. I'm not a Trump or a Biden supporter. Because Trump abuses powers. Hold on, let me go back to where I left off. And then they have to leave. But I would say if the person can feel to make mine, possibly be very similar. So... But yeah, like, but yeah, Trump is his power. His power is very abusive. He failed economy. He bombed Venezuela. I mean, recently. That's like, he wants to start a war with Venezuela. So that's Venezuela. Or, excuse me, what am I saying? He's very greedy. He abuses money power because, I mean, hey, can't you really blame him for what he did? Like, he for real, like, created tariffs. I definitely hate tariffs. Like, for real, hate tariffs. What else he did? Because I'm placing impeachment. I'm not just gonna say, oh, I want to vote on impeachment. I gotta, like, give my reasons. And it have nothing to do with the files. I feel like those are rumors. Like, oh, he stole the files or he did this. Like, something illegal slash sinful. Or sinful slash illegal, who knows. But, like, yeah, I definitely don't like Trump. Do y'all like Trump? Some people out there are gonna, but hey, when impeachment occurs, y'all gotta just like deal with that shit. Like, yes, I'm currently playing on a PS5. Oh yeah, you gotta shorten the chat as well. That guy who mentioned, "Oh, I'm a Biden supporter" when I'm not, which not gonna get into that part because that was very stupid of him or her. But I feel like it's a guy, obviously a boy slash man slash guy slash male. But anyway, besides that point, his chat wasn't very long. Like saying you winning a police officer shows that you're a Biden supporter. Like, bruh. Is it the hairstyle? Is it just police outfit as well? I'm quite curious. Wow, the person for real left. What a pussy. No offense, but like, you could have like explained your reason. I want a reason. I don't want you mentioning this and you never gave a reason towards it. Like, that's very fucked. You could have just mentioned that before he even left. Like, or he could have remained in here. I mean, so I could get to know you personally as one of my subs. Because it seemed like that person was a new sub, obviously, because I never witnessed that individual with my life in before. Obviously, that's the honest, that's the truth. So I'm gonna call the Kosaka in, and I'm definitely gonna do all the heist preps and do the heist. Well, we'll see. Because I wanna like, I'm gonna do a couple of heist preps, and if not, I'm gonna do with Andrew. Or you know what? That was Andrew. I'm gonna do it in the morning, but I'm gonna do a couple heist preps. Or you know what? I'm gonna do all of them until I like get to like one heist prep. Where am I heading towards? Hold on, I'm gonna go back to where I left off. Let me see if that's what I want to mention. All that shit. Where am I heading towards? Guys, this gonna about those shit or just over. Okay, just because you're a cop, change the law. Look what he did. And I knew he was gonna nuke Venezuela. So like, you don't have to worry about the effects. I mean, but anyway, the one who just chat, could you mention why you think I'm a Biden supporter? I'm actually, like, you don't have to worry about the effects. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play The Last of Us Part 2 later today, or not later today. Yeah, later today. In the morning. Not in the morning. I'm gonna play GTA, and then Fortnite because... Actually, no, roleplay is gonna be on Tuesday. So AZ, if you're watching, if I know he spams the chat, I'll know. Well, I won't witness it. It will just pop up, and he wouldn't even know. I mean, if it's Sunday, he should know, but hey, it's confusing to him to know like if I'm at my mom's place or dad's place. But if it's like the next Sunday, he should know. Like, I mean, I've chatted about this with him before. I feel like I should just to make him lock in with that. Be like, oh, it's the next Sunday. It's this Sunday, you know. I feel like he's at his mom's place, or excuse me, dad's place. So then he wouldn't like, but then he would forget about like not spamming the chat. But I'm on PS5. I'm just gonna have to constantly remind him. I mean, I have to. I can't hate it. So even teachers have to remind their students constantly. Especially me. I want to be a teacher as well. Hey, whatever you can do, anything is possible. Look at Elon Musk. He has plenty of jobs. Yes, I do hate Elon Musk, but that just explains you can have plenty of jobs, but not the way he did. And that AECH guy, and yes, as I specifically mentioned about him with some of my recent live streams, what I just specifically mentioned about him because I brought his name up within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about him again as well with some of my future live streams, obviously chat. Like, but yeah, like, he was making up rumors saying like, oh, Elon Musk is gonna get this shit or whatever, like some type of health issues or whatever because he has plenty of jobs and think he's an outburner. Is it outburn? Yeah, outburner. And I'm like, excuse me? I feel like he's not, and if he can have plenty of jobs, despite me hating him for just shit overall, then I can have plenty of jobs or careers. Or should I say both? Like I can work at Disney while having plenty of careers, for example. Well, I'm gonna have more than just one job, but you know what I mean. Well, jobs, I could possibly leave some of them and then my kids can take over. Or we'll see, and then I can have my own career, so.
I have been thinking, the Caribbean is very nice this time of year.
Yes! Intel, and then I'm gonna do and if it's the tequila, instead of me constantly getting pissed because I know it's gonna possibly occur, it's very common. I'm just gonna like not worry about it. I'm just gonna be like, you know what, it's gonna occur. So I'm gonna do the Intel, and I gotta have it as my first attempt. Like it's 136. Shit, it's gonna be 2 something. I'm just gonna be very immediate and speed up the progress of it because I want. Actually, after the Intel, I'm gonna do one more heist prep, possibly the weapon one, and then I'm gonna do the rest like in the morning. Cause look at the time, chat. I could have like just because I want Takis. I want to enjoy my Sunday, or excuse me. Well, it's not Sunday, it's Monday, but I want to enjoy like just eating Takis. I almost said the night, but I hate the night, so. It's gonna be longer in the spring, for sure. I get it, spring is not perfect in Michigan because unfortunately it's not the spring people wished for. Like when Earth was once green before the Great Flood, aka the ocean, and temperatures occurred, but it's within this fallen world, unfortunately. So, this sinful slash fallen state slash version of this world, as I specifically mentioned about that, chat, within my recent live streams, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit within this current live stream, yeah, within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat, like, but yeah, like, it's within this fallen world, the temperatures, and that is what spring is a part of, unfortunately. I do love spring, though, because in different states, it reminds you of that warm temperature and not hot. Unfortunately, it does get hot, though. Humidity. And unfortunately, summer occurs. Wonder why people love summer. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's warm. Not like, cold or cool. I mean, sometimes it does have that cool temperature. But then it gets hot, too. Not just the warmth people imagine. Or, excuse me, yeah, imagine. I am, like, very used to just overall, like... Yeah, to like where I am like I'm like, geez, like why I need to like start the heist prep then. talk and do my shit. Well then, oh yeah, I could talk over him. I'm on the PS5, and I'm gonna hear myself to see if y'all can hear what I'm talking about. But then when he talks, I like talk less because he's talking, because just the dialogue, like how loud they make his dialogue. I mean, hey, I'm talking when I'm in here while he's here. That's why I don't like being at my mom's place because of that. Yeah, don't mind that background chat. I'm actually gonna mention. It's just an argument between my younger sister and my mom. I'm not gonna even get into that. Very traumatic. I heard in the background, and I had to mute my mic because you know how Dakota is. You know how Dakota is. He's just gonna laugh at it, and I fucking hate it. He's like, "Oh, it's his girl yelling." Like, shut the fuck up. That's not how my girl is gonna act, bitch. Nigger. Yeah, I'm gonna call you a nigger. I mean, for real though. If I hang with him, who knows if I'm gonna? I'll possibly see. I possibly will. Just, you know, to go with the flow. Yep, you as well, Pavo. All of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? Now I love him. I'm not gonna say no homo because it's just very ridiculous. Like, you're not being gay. You're saying I love you. God, my Jesus Christ, love us. Is he a boy slash man slash guy slash male? Yes, God, my Jesus Christ is. And he's not just a human. He's a superhuman. He's very divine. So, y'all heard me when he was talking? Oh yeah, you could. That's why I like the PS5. I feel like it's just the PS5 itself. At my mom's place, yeah, the PS4, yeah, you're not able to hear me as much. Or it could be the TV itself, but I feel like it's the PS4. I'm gonna be honest. I hate the PS4. I like the PS5. I feel like people just want to mention love, but you gotta say like because it's of this world. Video game is temporarily. It's temporarily, chat. But like, bro, he's gotta shut the fuck up, Dakota. Like, but yeah, my bad about my mom and sister. My mom has PTSD, and my younger sister has some certain type of traumatic situation. Either PTSD or just, yeah, like I mentioned, some certain type of traumatic situation. Like how Farhan has some certain type of traumatic situation. I definitely have some certain type. Not certain type. I definitely have a traumatic situation. It's not a certain type because I may know for a fact what my traumatic situation is. It's just that, you know, overall, my stress and anxiety is specifically associated with my traumatic situation. Just overall, as I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well with some of my future live streams, obviously chat. Like, so anyway, you know, that's why I'm gonna see my therapist tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. I don't have to say 2 more days. I just need it tomorrow. I definitely love my therapist. I mean, we're gonna have a great moment. We're gonna chat about what I want to chat about. I have in my notes. I added more in my notes so I could be like, and I just mentioned to her, this is what I added to my notes. Oh, and instead of looking to my notes, because I don't want her to be like, okay, why you have to go to you? So well, she's not gonna be like that. She's my therapist. Come on, a psychologist wouldn't question something that would lead to your stress and anxiety level towards that shit. Because, you know, my stress and anxiety is specifically associated with my traumatic situation. And she was quite curious why I mentioned traumatic lifestyle. I meant to mention to her traumatic situation. And I could be like, just the long-term situation I've dealt with that. In terms of my stress and anxiety, specifically associated with my traumatic situation, you know, so. But yeah, back to Dakota shit. He's gotta, like, for real, stop joking. I even mentioned to Farhan. You gotta realize what jokes you're mentioning. Craig is great. I mean, who knows? It's just certain things about Craig, but hey, he's not using people. I feel like my stress and anxiety, specifically associated with my traumatic situation, is what led to me, like, saying that shit towards him. Because of too much pressure people put under me. Like saying, oh, can I have this money? Can I be with this person? What's in your family? Like, Tyler is constantly texting me about if he wants to be with my 16-year-old sister, and I'm like, he can be with my 16-year-old sister. It's just that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. That's one. And then two, there's other younger chicks out there. And yes, he wants a younger girl, so. Because, you know, as according to number one, in terms of the three things I specifically mentioned, chat, but number one specifically, or the first thing, or just number one specifically, chat. Yeah, number one specifically, chat, is, you know, 7+. Like, sex for pleasure, 7+. Like, so yeah, he wants to be with a younger chick. Hey. Whoa. Okay. Jeez. Why did it have to knock me down? But yeah, as I specifically mentioned about the shit I'm gonna specifically mention, like what I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams, what I'm gonna specifically mention about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well with some of my future live streams, obviously, chat. Like, but anyway, to go backward, okay. But yeah, anyway, the current state law within Michigan is 16+. Gonna be lowered from 16+ to 7+, because all states are gonna be like that. Because, you know, 7+. Like, sex for pleasure, 7+. Like, just in terms of, like, the first thing, you know, the number one thing, specifically, in terms of the three things I specifically mentioned yet. But, you know, yeah, three things I specifically mentioned chat, but you know, the number one thing specifically chat. And then the federal law is 18+, unfortunately. Gonna be lowered from 18+ to 7+. Because, you know, 7+. Like, sex for pleasure, 7+. Like, hey, like, compare the changes in the federal and state law to our current federal and state law. You know, so almost quite there, chat. Just gonna kill them, hop within the plane, then you know. Excuse me, chat. I feel like after this, I'm gonna do one more heist prep. It's definitely not the getaway vehicle. It's gonna be the weapons, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna call it. So yeah, just compare the difference between the changes of the state law and federal law and the current state law and federal law. Just compare it. Once me and my homie Farhan are dual presidents, the youngest one obviously, it would make history, and yeah, we would sign the bill into law. Like, you know, changes overall. Like, so. Anyway. And yeah, that's why I hate GT5. It's a gay ass game. The gay gops though, ugh. I'm about to go back to where I left off when I'm... Oh yeah, when I'm there, when I'm at the island. I don't have to wait until I complete it because, you know, gotta go back to where I left off. Geez, you trying to fuck me? Or fuck with me? Excuse me. Man, it's very simple. Just using that and then, yeah, just killing all of them.
You have got the plane. Good. Now, fly south. Then keep flying
Absolutely,
south until
Pavel.
you hear the sound of the angry blonde Colombian untravelable beach. Coordinates are with you now. Disguises should be in back of plane. You can change on the way. And leave your weapons. Mr. Rubio will not trust smugglers. The guards will shoot you on sight if you are armed.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't... I said I hated him, is because the tequila Rockstar invented it. They like want to constantly add it. And it's actually not Pablo who added it, it's El Rubio. So I would say fuck El Rubio, but hey, Rockstar's involved in that shit, so and like I hope it's not the tequila. I'm hoping it's something expensive. Like I love tequila. I could say that, right? Yes, like I love tequila, the drink. It's just like I don't want it to constantly repeat. The necklace, I don't necessarily care, but the diamond, oh my gosh. Like I'll make a profit. I would like save a lot. My bad, chat. My younger 11-year-old sister texted me. I mean, she said be quiet, but she's not like my mom, you know, where she calls me and all that shit. I mean, hey, like I mentioned, I wouldn't care if my kids are awake, because I'm gonna be awake too. But overall, if those who are asleep just chill, you know? 4 minutes, but I don't necessarily care. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. You gotta say the second when it's exactly that second. I feel like my younger brother has ADHD because like he is so hyper. Like me, mine is temporarily. It's just natural hyperactivity, obviously. But my little brother, I feel like he has ADHD. Farhan possibly does, but I'm not disrespecting. I'm just gonna mention him. If you see my therapist, she'll give you the answer. It's actually 4 people with ASD, like majority of individuals who have ASD and ADHD, like those who have ADHD, like majority of individuals. But obviously, like I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, what I'm gonna specifically mention about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat. Like, so is that I don't necessarily have any mental disabilities, but a rare specific type of mental trauma, which is very rare and very temporarily. And yeah, very rare and very temporarily, and overall very decreased, like very decreased overall, you know? Like, and just overall my traumatic situation, chat, so. But yeah, if Farhan wants to get diagnosed, him and his brother, hey, he can witness my therapist. I'm getting diagnosed for my traumatic situation. He can get diagnosed to clarify if him and his brother has either ASD or ADHD for him and his brother, chat. That's not ADD. ADHD is what Farhan and his brother John could possibly have. They definitely don't have excuse me. They definitely don't have ASD. They definitely don't. I feel like they have ADHD. I'm not a psychologist because, you know, but I would definitely know for sure because obviously. Shut the fuck up, nigger. Hispanic nigger. I feel like you're a dumbass. And you're an ass. I feel like... Excuse me, can I talk? I feel like he's the asshole. He's the dumbass. He's the ass. And he's... the stupid guy. So that's him. I'm gonna go back to where I left off though. I hope it's not the tequila. I'm hoping. Not certain type. I definitely have a traumatic situation. Yep, you as well, Pablo. All of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? Now I love him. I'm not gonna gonna say no homo because it's just very ridiculous. But then when he talks, I like talk less because he's talking. Because I am like very used to occurred, but I could have like just because I want Takis, I want to enjoy my Sunday. Okay, anyway. Okay. So I'm gonna head towards over there. Man, I'm looking for my birthday though. Like how? I mean, A, nothing is gonna change. It's just my chronological age, how long I lived for. Because of the current laws though, I would be drinking in the public. But unfortunately, when that changes, I'm just gonna say how long I've lived for. So yeah, when you turn 21, it's just how long you've lived for, just a milestone. And then once it's 11 plus for drinking in the US and other countries, people are just gonna drink as a form of celebration, not like their first time drinking or their first time drinking in the public or first time gambling. Like, come on, bro. I mean, you can gamble in other countries, but I prefer the US, so, you know. Hey, regardless of my chronological age of what I'm gonna turn, I don't necessarily mind gambling for the first time because I'm gonna be professional. Y'all gonna be shocked. I mean, people win money for like a form of entertainment, so be aware. Be aware on how you use your money. Wisely, chat. And I never gambled, so I'm possibly gonna start off in Detroit and then Vegas. So how am I gonna start off in Detroit? Well, before my vacation, and I feel like y'all gonna be like, why are you gonna constantly vacation constantly? Hey, I mean, or I could save some of them for like next year. We'll see though. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you like go on a vacation. So overall, explore while you can. You know. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to where I left off though. I mean, hey, like I mentioned, I wouldn't care if my kids are awake. Cause I'm gonna be awake too. Believe Pablo, you the sound of the angry. Bro, it's between the changes of the state law and federal prep. It's definitely not the getaway vehicle. It's gonna be the weapons and sex for pleasure 7+. In the federal and state law to our current federal and yeah, 3 things I specifically meant to chat, but you know, the number 1 thing specifically chat. Just in terms of like the first thing, you know, the number 1 thing specific. Anyway, to go back, okay. But yeah, anyway, the current state law within Michigan is 16+. Gonna be lowered from 16+ to 7+ because all states are gonna be like that. Because you know, 7+. That's the current one. Then the change is 7+. Like, because you know, 7+. Like, sex for pleasure 7+. Like in terms of the first thing, like in terms of the 3 things I specifically mentioned, but you know, the first thing specifically. Like, sex for pleasure 7+. Just in terms of like the first thing, you know, the number 1 thing specifically in terms of the 3 things I specifically mentioned yet. But you know, yeah, 3 things I specifically mentioned yet. But you know, the number 1 thing specifically yet. And then the federal law is 18+. Unfortunately, gonna be lowered from 18+ to 7+. That's a change as well. So like compares the current compare the current state in federal law to the changes of the state in federal law. When me and Farhan signed these bills into law in terms of these changes, because changes overall, like when Farhan and I are dual presidents, Chad. So obviously this year of 2026, Chad, on exactly July of 2026. So because changes overall, like like changes, especially political changes, or just changes overall, because changes overall, like anyway. Because 7 plus. Like sex for pleasure, 7 plus. Hey, like compare the changes in the federal and state law to our current federal and state law. So almost quite there, Chad. Just gonna kill him, hop us in the plane, then excuse me, chat. So the play is gonna be on Tuesday. So easy, like, excuse me? I feel like he's not, and if he can have plenty of jobs, despite me hating him for just shit overall, then I can have plenty of jobs or careers. Or should I say both? Like, I can work at Disney while having plenty of careers, for example. Well, I'm gonna have more than just one job, but you know what I mean. Well, jobs, I can possibly leave some of them, and then my kids can take over. Yes! Intel, and then I'm gonna do the, and if it's the tequila, instead of me constantly getting pissed because I know it's gonna possibly occur, it's very common, I'm just gonna, like, not worry about it. I'm just gonna be, you know what, it's gonna, oh, it's not Sunday, it's Monday, but, like, so, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit within this. So, and then I'm gonna do the flood Achid Ocean and flash. But yeah, like, it's within this fallen world, the temperatures and that. I mean, sometimes it does have that cool temperature. And I'm gonna hear myself to see if y'all can hear what I'm talking about. I mean, hey, I'm talking when I'm in here. Sister and my mama. I'm not gonna even. This girl yelling. Like, shut the fuck up. That's not how my girl is gonna act, bitch. I'm not gonna say no homo because it's very ridiculous. Like, you're not. But yeah, like Dakota, he's something, chat. Especially what I specifically mentioned about him. Not just what I mentioned about him, about how he mentioned about Google and the lottery ticket shit, and then, why am I, like, saying, why is he saying, I said this last year about, like, me proposing to my girl, not shit. Like, not that shit, but just overall about Dakota. Like, not the Googles, the proposal, and, no, you won't get the you can't use you don't need to win a lottery to surprise someone with whatever luxurious or expensive shit or whatever. Just overall about Dakota, chat. Like, that's just Dakota, As I specifically mentioned about him. Within my recent live streams, last live stream, what I just specifically mentioned about him within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about this shit. Yeah, and what I could possibly mention about this shit again as well. What's on my future license? Obviously, chat. Like, oh, so yeah, just Dakota overall, chat. What's on my future? Especially what I specifically meant. I'm not gonna even. Like, yeah. How he mentioned about Google and the lottery ticket shit, and then why am I like saying why is he saying I said this last year about like me proposing to my girl and shit, like that shit, but just overall about Dakota, like not the Google the proposal and no you won't get the you can't use it, you don't need to win a lottery to surprise someone with whatever luxurious or expensive shit or whatever. Just overall about Dakota, chat, like that's just Dakota, you know. As I specifically mentioned about him, within my recent live streams, within my recent live streams, last live stream, what I just specifically mentioned about him within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about this shit. Yeah, and what I could possibly mention about this shit again as well. What's on my future license? Obviously, chat. Like, so yeah, just Dakota overall, chat. What's on my future? Especially what I specifically meant. What's on my future? Yeah, that's just Dakota overall, chat. But yeah, anyway, oh yeah, another thing. So you remember how I mentioned the reasons about. Remember how I chat about like reasons me and Farhan as dual presidents are gonna sign the bill into law for like the drinking age to be lowered from 21 plus to 11 plus within the U.S. and potentially other countries. So it's like universal. It's like global. Like, you know, in terms of number 2 of what I specifically mentioned about this shit. Yeah, in terms of number 2 of what I specifically mentioned about this shit. Like, you know, the 3 things specifically of what I specifically mentioned, chat, but like number 2 specifically. Like, so you know, like you remember how I mentioned the reasons about that in terms of drinking? Well, I'm gonna mention the reasons why to be a WWE wrestler at a very young age. Hold on, let me not go back to where I left off, but like let me see what's this whole snap shit like what I'm gonna witness or whatever. Hold up, chat. Okay, I gotta finish this shit real quick. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I was gonna mention like reasons to be WWE wrestler at a very young age. And I don't mean like its current age limit, I mean like if it were lowered from 18 plus to 11 plus type shit. I mean, WWE is a physical demand. I mean, yes, it involves mentality, but like, you would overall understand. You just need to be physically ready. So, number one, you would gain plenty of attention. Not out of arrogance, but just how humble you are. Thinking like, oh, John Cena was a wrestler at 25, which I'm like, you could have started a bit younger. Like, well, either way, he would retire because like, I mean, he wasn't in his prime for like long, because 5 years later, he felt like he was in his prime physically, like he looked like it, but then eventually or potentially, yeah, he felt that either in his 30s or 40s. Excuse me, chat. But like, you would gain plenty of attention. People would gain plenty of promotions for younger wrestlers. And yeah, everybody would be a wrestler, you know, temporarily, physically, and adolescent within their mortal bodies, but different phases, like from preteen slash tween phase to teenage slash teenager phase to prime adolescent phase to middle age, or possibly even senior adolescent phase. If I were that, I would possibly just look like this, looking young, just how long I've lived for. That's pretty much that milestone, that phase. That's pretty much gonna be for me specifically, chat, so. But yeah, that's like number one. Like, you would be a wrestler at a very like young age. So that's the reason why to be a wrestler at a very young age is just what changes could occur. Number two, you would be in WWE very longer compared to Cena or other wrestlers who started at an old age. Not like old, but at a later like moment. Like, you would be like, I'm already a WWE wrestler, I have plenty of athleticism, and I'm just gaining this moment of just being a WWE wrestler. Number three, greater storylines. Your storyline could progress to let's say, for example, you were a father at a very young age. You could be like a father figure to your child while in your teens. Well, obviously, because yeah, well, if you had let's say, for example, you had a child and you were like 12 when your child was born, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, if your child's 8, then you would be like in your prime, but you would still be like the youngest father, though. Not like in your teens, though, in your prime, because 20 is officially your prime. Well, I'm gonna be 21, so it's gonna be like my second moment being in my prime. I would say so, but you can't be in your prime forever, whether it's aging wise or just how long you lived for. Just as time passes, it would feel like you're that phase. Phase is not just about aging; it's about like how long you lived for. Like, if I'm in my middle age, I would make it like my successful phase. Like, I'm in my 30s, I'm rich, I don't need to worry about me losing money. Well, meaning going broke. But hey, I'll still give money to Africa, to charity, to the homeless, still be humble without saying, oh, I did this. I could, but at the same time, people would be like, wow, who exactly made you rich? Okay, I'm stuck. But yeah, it would be something like that. Like, they wouldn't know. But like, I'll be in that timeline where I have my mansion, I have kids. So pretty much that's what the middle age is. Senior is more of like, it progresses more. So prime is not just aging; it means you're just starting. Well, for me apparently. But if you had kids in your teens or whatever, or preteens, excuse me, then like, you're not starting. prime would pretty much be your successful moment. I would hope throughout my prime I have my successful moment before my middle age adolescent phase, but I'll have to see. While temporarily, physically, an adolescent was my mortal body specifically, chat. I mean, I constantly overthink about whether I'm aging or not, but I feel like I'm not. I feel like it's just when I raise my forehead and then lower it, it would seem like it's wrinkles, but it's just remnants of when you raise your forehead. So. I mean, that's your skin. That's not even your skull. I feel like your forehead skull wouldn't even have those. That's like, that's your skin. So I feel like it's not even wrinkles. You know? And that's skin aging. But hey, when you're aging overall, you know, so. Just enjoy life, you know, like. So. Excuse me, chat. I feel like those are plenty of the reasons why being a WWE wrestler at a very young age is cool. For me, it's still gonna be cool. I mean, yes, I'm gonna be like the age Randy Orton started, but still gonna be cool throughout my life. I mean, it would still be late, but in my perspective, it's early because it's in my 20s, not in my 30s or late 20s. It's still my early 20s. 22 is still the early 20s. But hey, you never know. What if I started this year? Like, if they want me, they'll want me. 21 is my age. I don't have to be in Royal Rumble. I don't have to be in WrestleMania. I can be in SummerSlam and then continue on. Like, what's your all thoughts, chat? Or excuse me, Money in the Bank possibly. What if they want me Money in the Bank, win it, and then cash in to whatever title I want, and then I can have more titles possibly when I'm 22. Either way, it doesn't necessarily matter because it's still my early 20s, but it's much reasonable to start it younger once it's from 18 plus to 11 plus to be within the WWE. Because Farhan should be the CEO of WWE as well, so. Hold up, he just texted me, hold up. Okay, anyway, hold up. Damn. Yes, second attempt. Appreciate it. It's 216, so I'm gonna have my talkies or whatever.
I have connection. You can use it with the app on your phone. Now, what do we have here?
Don't be talkies, or that's a talkies. Please don't be a tequila. Anything but a tequila. If it's tequila, then Rockstar is fucked up. You said check a basement, huh? Okay, I'm gonna move my camera. Oh my gosh.
Right there, in the case, bottle of antique tequila, Cinzamito, diamond crusted edition. The jewel in the crown of any collection. We take this, we name our price.
Or is it different varieties of them?
Through the case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool and you destroy what is inside. I will do some research.
Yeah, can't you make it where I can use the torch cutter?
Cash, good to know. I will mark on planning screen. A painting, possibly very lucrative. I will note down where it is.
Damn, okay.
Gold, I see. I have made a note on the planning board.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna leave this. Okay, I'm gonna get caught by a guard and then,
Remember,
you know.
a pack mule. There's only so much you can carry. You want more? Bring friends.
Me and Angel may possibly do it again, but it's all good.
You're not allowed here.
Ooh. Okay, hold on, let me go back to where I left off. Ooh. 216, someone have my...
I have connection. You can use it with the app on your phone. Now, what do we have here?
Don't be Takis, or that's it, Takis? Please don't be a tequila. Anything but a tequila. If it's a tequila, then Rockstar is fucked up. You said check a basement, huh? Okay, I'm gonna move my camera. Oh my gosh.
Right there. In the...
So, like, it's wrinkles, but it's just remnants of wrinkles. So, excuse me, Chad.
Downstairs. You will need to look around.
I feel like those are plenty of the reasons why being a WWE wrestler at a very young age is cool. For me, it's still gonna be cool. I mean, yes, because it's in my 20s. Like, if they want, sure, I'll slash whatever title I want, and then I can have more titles possibly when I'm 22. Plenty of the reasons why being... But anyway, hi chat, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me playing GT5 Online with my... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, if you want to see more of me playing GT5 Online and witnessing me doing plenty of heist preps, and obviously heist solo, with me playing with Andrew, or RJ, or my subs, or whatever, just overall, be sure to leave the comment down below. I was like, so I'm gonna end right here, take it easy chat. Before I end right here though, I'm gonna head towards the submarine with my heli.
All right.
¿Qué? Nah, man, I ain't no fucking coyote. Shit. Damn.
Actually, I'm gonna end right here, take it easy chat.